enthusiastic about people getting to know life, getting to know truth, getting to know God, and growing in the direction that God always made for us. You know, in terms of this, a lot of people feel like, well, you know, we're just, whoever we are is who we are, and we don't have to put effort and energy into growing, developing, and becoming a people of God. And I really, actually, myself, disagree. I think that God has given individual human beings and families and tribes and groups of people the opportunity that we have in order to have an impact in the lives that we are living. I think that God has given us the raw materials, but I think that it really falls to human beings for us to say, what is the vision that I have for my life? What is the vision that I have for growing towards God? What has God made for me to do? And I really believe that to the extent that we pursue being a people who get to know God, this ends up opening up opportunity for us to become people who bless, people who love, people who have vision, people who see what's wrong in this world and contribute the skills, the empathy, the understanding, the intellect, and the other things that God may have made available to us so that we can make a better life. And I think that this is what God calls us to. And obviously, we don't all have the same skills. We don't all have the same things going on in us. But all of us have the ability to make a contribution. And whether you believe that your contribution is such that you can change one other person's life, or you can change your family's lives, or whether you can change the lives of your community, or whether you are blessed to be in a specific profession where you can end up having impact on people who work in the same area of discipline that you do, I don't know what God made for you to do and for you to be a person who has impact, who has influence. But I am absolutely convinced that God is doing a work in people's lives to the point where you're valuable, you matter, and God has given you opportunity to change the world. For some people, they look at this and they go, you know, Rabbi, you're putting a lot of weight on my shoulders. I'm not sure that I can be that person. And, you know, I kind of get it. I understand how that might be a difficult thing for you to end up coming to a place where you're not entirely sure what you can accomplish. And I know that there's some people who they hear this sort of thing and they go, well, now I've got anxiety, or I've got concerns, or I'm not sure who I'm going to be, or what I can be, or what should happen, or any of the rest of this. This is not intended to put pressure on you, but it is intended for us to understand that the earth that God created was a work of His hand. The earth that we live on is important and significant to God. The earth that we live on is kind of an entryway into the spiritual things that are going to happen next. And God really loves humanity. God really loves us. And to the extent that we reject God, He will allow our decisions to stand. To the extent that we embrace God, He will honor what we do. And so I am excited that you belong to the Lord. And if I could share over a cup of coffee with you, one of the things that I might say is the way that you are living your life is important. The way that you are moving forward in this present age makes a difference. The people that you interact with, you will help some of them do really well. You may end up challenging some of them because some of them might be caught in a line of thinking that is a lie, or that comes out of depression, or that isn't the fullness of who God can end up being for them, in them, and with us. And I'm just kind of like looking at this going, I am hoping that you understand the importance, the value, the life that God has given. And if you understand who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going, and who God is to us, you will have the ability to end up having an impact on other people. So don't go sliding through life without vision. Don't go sliding through life thinking that you are unimportant. Don't go sliding through life with the idea of, one day I'd kind of like to get to this thing, but in the meantime, I'm not sure that it's terribly important. Understand the value that you bring and how much God loves you. Shalom.